Day 2 is now underway here at the MLG Pro League Season 3 Championship, live from Columbus, Ohio, in the MLG.TV arena. Courage, joined by Chance, and now everyone loves Chance. He's got a great voice, very knowledgeable of the game. But coming into today, sounds a little bit different.
Yeah, I've been
No way! No way!
I've been taking some hits. The voice is a little bit rough.
Oh, no.
A little bit, to say the least.
Oh, no.
Hopefully, we'll be able to fix it. We do have a match for you, though.
Maven feels horrible today.
Oh,
He's slurring
man.
his words due to canker sores in his mouth. You sound like you just...
I sound like I
make a
smacked about
reference.
40 packs of cigarettes last night.
Yeah.
Is basically what it comes down to. Hopefully, it just needs to get warmed up a little bit. Denial seems to be a little bit warm, getting off to a pretty nice start, of course. Denial yesterday ended up getting upset by Epsilon, of all teams. And, of course, Rise came out hot, beat TK 4-0, and then, you know, they got taken down by Optic Gaming.
Yeah.
The one map, though, that they beat OG on was Compound Hardpoint.
All right, well, that's definitely something to keep in mind. Going into this one, was able to talk to Replays as this match got started. Replays switched his sensitivity to 4 today. It's something he did at one of the prior Gfinities when his squad performed very well. Coming into this one, we're definitely going to keep an eye on him. He mentioned how he played on 3. He would always kind of, well, get turned on in up-close situations because the sensitivity kind of limited his movement. He was practicing on 13 sensitivity to try to get his reaction time ready to go and sped up and then swap back down to 4. We'll see if it pays off. Right now, he's currently sitting at 3-3. The man I'm on board with right now, though, is a major factor with this Rise Nation lineup. Burns off the main submachine gun player for this team. If he plays as aggressively and as confident as he did in his first match yesterday against TK, then I could definitely see Rise putting up a fight against a struggling Denial.
Oh, without a doubt. You see, though, Denial is going to be able to break through the hill, if at least just for a moment. Slasher trying to get those cutoff spawns. He is going to get shot in the back. As you can see, the pinch from Rise is successful. Now, though, a bit of a split spawn coming in from Denial as well, and not that it made a difference. Huka's going to win that gunfight 10 out of 10 times. He's able to pick up 2 as well. Full control back for Denial. They're going to retake the lead.
Yep, Slasher sitting in this power position at the back yellow bridge. He's more than happy to sit here and hold the spawns for his team all day long. Apathy tries to challenge from that middle hardpoint area. Slasher swapping back and forth between weapons, and this is a start you want to see from a player like Austin. When he's on top of his game, he is one of the best ARs in all of Call of Duty. He's done it since the AW Open when he won that event with FaZe. Now on Denial, obviously still trying to show that while he's fantastic at AW, that he's going to continue being successful in his career in a Black Ops 3. He'll be a player to watch when we switch games. But here's another player to watch next year. Hook sitting alive inside the hard point in that dark room corner. Oh, those nades aren't going to kill him in this power position.
Yeah, pretty much nothing can kill Hugh at all. And, you know, you talked about some hot starts. How about some slow starts? Chino right now, 3 and 14.
He did this yesterday, too.
Yeah, and it is not going well. And Hugh is just going to be feeding off that the entire time. Him and Slasher are having phenomenal starts, both nearly double positive. And it's not as if Replay and Temp are going to be all too far behind. Finally, though, Hugh is going to get dropped by Chino. Rise trying to break through the hill, but, of course, it's going to be very scrappy. And Denial, they're a team that wins their gunfights the majority of the time, always able to outslay their opponent. We've seen them before, though, where they outslay their opponent and they end up losing. But Rise, you know, 4-15 or 4-16, 6-13, that is just simply not going to cut it.
This right now is the Denial that really, well, made the argument for them being one of the top 3 Call of Duty teams in all of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Already up by 60 seconds. They're positive on every single front, just really outclassing the likes of Rise at the moment. Chino is quadruple negative. He's 4-18. I'm going to stay on board with him to see really what's going wrong. He's got that AR in hand, trying to challenge the hardpoint. He's got some help from his teammates. Another gun battle coming into play. He does take down Temp. A 6-18 start from him. He needs to heat up if Rise want to mount this comeback.
Maybe he just needed some stream love. We show him, and he got 3 finally. You know, as you said, Weed stakes him down. Going to be a little bit costly as well. Obviously, he was inside the hill. Denial's going to be able to come back and contest. Burns, though, able to pick up 2, and Rise going to be in full control, but still their lead, they've just now been able to cut that in half. They have a huge deficit that they're going to be coming from, but still 6 minutes in the game, absolutely plenty of time.
Oh, and let's talk about another player on this Rise Nation lineup that got a lot of flack yesterday. Apathy. Very inconsistent. He had some moments of brilliance and then, well, some moments where he just looked flat as a player. Right now, off to a little bit of a slow start. You need more in the slaying department from him, especially against the likes of Denial when Well, when you're facing the strong machine guns like Hook, one of the best in the game, you need to be able to match his slaying power if you want any chance. They've been able to mount a little bit of a comeback, but still a 50-second lead for the Wolfpack. Yeah, and now we get an opportunity to see how Rise is going to be able to get a clean break of a hill as it was all forward down. So now you can see they're all flooding in from the same side. They are winning their gunfights, though. Both Burns and Wheat able to pick up one. Burns going to pick up two as well. Temp now, the last one up for Denial. Replays comes to help him out, but not going to be enough. Rise able to get a break, and it took them all 10 seconds. Hook now beginning to lead the charge for Denial as they go for the retake. 20 seconds left on this final hard point of the first rotation. They don't want to just give up all this time for free. Spots one player, puts some shots down on him. That's Burns who falls. Oh my God. Picks up the second kill as well on the struggling Chino. Nice plays from Hook. It's what you expect from him. He's done it all year long since he was on that Carnage lineup back at the AW Open. Now on Denial, he still has his home here. Things to look at right now on the scoreboard. What's really standing out the most for you? Well, one, the score, obviously a 120 to 78 point lead at the half. But then, of course, we talked about it earlier. Such a slow start out of some of the players on Rise. Apathy turning around just a little bit, but still, Chino, double negative at the moment. That's not going to be enough. But still, if you have a player that's double negative and you're only down by 40, you might even take that as a win. Rise, again, if they can just have all four players firing on all cylinders, they can definitely make this comeback, but they're going to have to start making moves quickly. To beat Denial, FaZe, or Optic Gaming in the respawn game modes, you need all four players to be at the top of their game. Chino, right now, not doing that. He's only got one capture. He's continuing to challenge gunfights. Like right there, he was double jumping towards the hill, tries to win a gunfight while in midair. If he plays that one a little bit more slowly, waits for his teammates to begin the push, that's where it'll work out more in his favor. Wheats gets cut down as well. Denial doing a fantastic job of utilizing that early advantage they had to continue it through the game. Slasher and Hook both 27 and 19. Yeah, without a doubt, and of course the other two not far behind, as we said before. Slasher, meanwhile, already getting those spawns for that next still. You can see all of those red arrows going to be surrounding him. Of course, Rise going to be trying to flood in from the other side, so it comes down to who is able to win those gunfights, and you see the first three go in favor of Rise, and it looks like Burns with that final kill on 10, going to give them the lead, and you see the spawn coming in from Denial all the way at the bottom right-hand corner of the mini-map. This is some good time for Rise. Yeah, I was able to go over and talk to the boys on Denial prior to this match starting up. Slasher in good spirits, as well as the rest of this team. Hook was just dialed in. He didn't say a word. He was just focused on the match they were playing. They were playing a 2-on-2 against each other. Let's just say Hook dropped 45 kills in a 2v2 hardpoint on this map. He was going absolutely off. Right now, it's reflecting in this game. He's leading his team in regards to score. Slasher is right there with him as well. That duo is just so strong. The three-piece, make it 4 from Hook. Kyler is waking up on this early Saturday morning. Oh, that kid is just absolutely terrifying. He's the man, dude. He's flooding awesome. In the back. He just picked up 4. They know where he has to be pushing from. He was just in that area, and still, Rise for the moment, you know, allowed him to kill one more before they finally shut him down. But at the very least, that's just going to allow Denial to push up the other side, and you can see that's exactly what they're doing. 3 of the other players outside of Hugh are going to be pushing up the side, and they're already back in full control. Hugh finally catches up, wins that gunfight against Burns, and Rise just not able to do anything right now. Positive 20 in the slaying department is Denial. They're doing a much better job of breaking the hard point and holding down the more important spawns. Right now, they have that back trailer area. You can see why a lot of people love compound hardpoint, because you get control of trailer, right? You begin to know that the enemies are going to spawn back yellow towards the scrapyard side of the map. It's very predictable, just like a Black Ops 2 map. Nothing too crazy going on. Okay, so now they begin to push out a little bit. They're nading out that spawn. Now they'll just spawn the other side of back yellow by the last hardpoint. It's very methodical. It's exactly how it's supposed to be played, and the score reflects it. Back up by 70 seconds is Denial. Yeah, and of course, 70 seconds, 2 minutes left. This next hill is considered a bit of a money hill, so Rise, they're going to have to basically get a full 60 to get themselves back in this game. But Huke is going to be one of the first ones there. Rise, though, were able to win that rotation battle. They're going to have 2 players in the hill, both Wheats and Apathy, but they're going to have to win their gunfights. Huke, also with the team kill on replays, he is able to pick up Chino, but still, it's Wheats and Apathy that are going to be there, but Wheats is going to fall. That's a clean 4 down, all in favor of Denial. Denial looking so good to be able to take map number 1. Slasher and Hook both trying to get that 40 bomb first. Slasher gets it. Now he's at 41. Make it 42 as well. He's shooting lasers at the moment. Swaps to that AR and continues his streak now on a 4. Almost had 5 there. He's on pace to drop near 50. Hook is right there with him. And yes, Replays and Temp aren't having flashy games, but they're consistently picking up kills like that. It's what makes Denial one of the best teams in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. And then finally, Replays has an opportunity to pick up some kills, and he's able to pick up 3. So this is an honest, like, true blue situation of Replays and Temp. There just aren't enough kills on the map for them. Slasher and Hugh are literally just doing it all. And keep in mind, Hugh is doing this while playing aggressively.
He has 10 caps to his name and the most kills in the
5
lobby.
defense as well.
5 defense. He is winning every gunfight possible. Of course, Apathy also at 5 defense, so he's trying. But again, when you have 2 players that are just ridiculously negative, you know, Weeds and Chino for a combined like negative 32 or 33 kills, that is just not going to cut it. And you can see that's going to reflect in the score overall, 224 to 150.
Burns has been locked in since, I believe, 9 a.m. this morning. He does not want to be knocked out in the top 12 of this event. Going home, obviously, with the least amount of prize money. He wants to prove he should be one of the best submachine gun players in Advanced Warfare, sitting at 38 and 33 right now. 11 captures, just not getting the support of his team. Yes, Apathy's doing all he can, but it's not going to be enough. Denial really taking this game number 1 with ease, if I'm being quite honest with you, Chance.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. But that's kind of the thing where all 4 players show up for Denial. You expect that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the respawn game modes, as long as they bring their A game. Because, again, we've seen time and time again where they outslay their opponent and lose. But, again, if they bring everything, proper rotations to the table, they're going to be in just fantastic shape. So the question is going to be, how is Rise able to handle them in S&D? Because we've seen the same thing from Denial. When their Surge game is on, they can just be terrifying.
What a dominant slaying performance out of Denial right there. Hook and Slasher combining for 92 kills. Pretty ridiculous stuff. And one thing I'll point out, too, going into that game, when I walked over to Rise, Burns immediately gave me a fist bump. He was ready to go, was looking serious, very hyped for this match. Chino had his eyes closed, his DX Racer leaned back, and was like sleeping. Apathy had his DX Racer leaned back, doing the same thing. And then Weeds was just chilling, listening to some music on the other side. I went over to Denial. They're playing a pretty intense 2v2, laughing, having a good time, talking to replays. We talked about the sensitivity changes, talking about how frustrated they were, obviously losing to Epsilon yesterday, saying, you know, we just weren't the team we can be. Coming into today, looking like the Denial we all know and love. Yeah,
without a doubt. So, again, both teams are definitely warmed up now.
Yeah.
They have to be woken up at that point because they just took an absolute beating. So, map number 2 going to be coming up. Going to see how Rise bounces back after this commercial break. Welcome back to the Season 3 playoffs, where Chance's voice is gone and the competition is great. Well, it was iffy. Rise pretty much got destroyed in map number 1, but
I'm going to defend myself here.
What?
Go ahead, keep going.
Okay, well, we're going to find out what happens in map number 2. Recovery S&D going to be coming straight at you guys. And there you can even see that lovely map. Bots just running around mid-map, doing ridiculous stuff, but the pro players much smarter than that. You're going to see a lot of A pushes on offense, but something Mr. X has talked a good bit about is you actually see a lot of teams mix up the meta now and have a lot of mid-map rushes.
Yeah, no, and you know where that came from? FaZe. That's really where FaZe was the team that kind of sparked that on this map. Just want to quickly say, player to watch on this going to be Apathy. I mentioned he was inconsistent last night. Someone tweeted me saying, stop saying he's inconsistent. He's had a positive KD almost every single event of AW. I said he was inconsistent last night, obviously performing very well against TK, then faced Optic Gaming and was basically a completely different player. You need to see him continue to put up big numbers for this team if they want to match the likes of Optic Gaming, FaZe, and Denial. Right now, has a tall order against him. His team's down 1-0 in this round. It's a 1v1 replays versus Burns.
You know, I definitely going to want to watch your boy Apathy as well, but Chino is a monster on this map. He snipes constantly in almost every given situation. He's doing it against Optic Gaming, does it against everybody, and he always puts up numbers. He started off this by getting a two-piece with a pistol. That's the kind of like plays that Chino brings to the table, but again, they did get completely destroyed by OG on it, so this might be a thing where we're going to see if they can fix any of their past mistakes, but again, right now, Burns with the bomb going to be hanging out in mid-map, and that's exactly where Replays is. Of course, now Burns rotating over to B, but Replays is going to be nearby.
Did Replays spot Burns?
Saw him now.
He did see him. Did Burns spot Replays? Now, there was that boost, and it does show a little thing of air behind you when you boost one way. Did Burns spot Replays? It doesn't appear so. He hasn't put any kind of hints towards seeing him. Replays is playing this one absolutely flawlessly. He should peek. See Burns. Yeah, this is done. Great play by Replays. Denial up 1-0. He really read Burns off like a book right there.
He's smiling so you can see him on the screen, just knowing how perfectly he played that. Just being patient too. No rush, just camping a corner as soon as you get spot. He doesn't rush out for the immediate challenge. Doesn't want to take Burns head on. He makes sure he waits, you know, another 20 seconds, just to the point where Burns is going to slowly walk all the way around. Times it perfectly, shoots him in the back. Perfect round for Replays.
What I love about that spot too is if the bomb gets planted at A, if he instantly reacts, he can slide, double jump through middle cuts, and spot the player as they run from the A site. Even if he doesn't immediately get the kill, he'll be able to get the knowledge of where the player is, and that gives him the advantage in the one-on-one. Chino sniping down the A street, gets flanked by Hook. There's that aggressive push that you were talking about through that side of the map. Now it is going to be a 2-on-2 temp, making it a 1-on-2. We'll see if Replays or Apathy can clutch up. And then, not at all.
It's a pretty quick answer. Also, if you saw the strategy coming out from Denial, they sent just a complete rush A street, and it was Huke. I think he was running with Temp as well, just ran straight into the spawn where they knew Chino would be sniping. Now, I said Chino was good at this map, and that is true, but that's because his team allows him to sit in their spawn constantly. He'll do that on defense just about every time, so Denial fully aware of this. Make sure they single him out right away, send 2 men down. He was still able to get a pick, but nonetheless, the aggression paying off for Denial.
Oh, absolutely, and Hook able to pick up 2 that round. It's one of those things where when you figure out where Hook is on the map, he needs to die. You can't leave him up, or else he'll do things just like this. Picking up 1 kill, he's going to continue to stay aggressive. Almost gets a second. There, the AR of Apathy begins to wake up, though, bringing the numbers in his team's favor. That's going to leave Slasher in the 1-on-3. All 3 players challenging. Picks up 1, gets 2 as well. Slasher now in the 1-on-1. The players right behind him almost gets all 3. That shouldn't even be that close, Chance.
Not at all. You see, he was nearly able to get that clutch. Even earlier on, though, we saw Huke able to get that intro kill, and you said they had to single him out. Well, the rest of Denial was right behind him, again, flooding as a Wolfpack, as they're known to do. But then, as soon as they saw Huke, everyone from Rise jumped up, started aiming down. Wheats ended up picking up the 2 players behind him, and then, Apathy did, and Wheats got the kill on Huke. But nonetheless, all in preparation for the aggression coming out of Denials. Chino still rocking the sniper. We'll see if he goes back to the exact same spot or if he tries to switch it up.
This is an all-out B push from Denial. They flooded through the middle cuts area. Burns has read this one like a book. He's in the head glitch on the B site, but the flank coming in from Slasher. That was actually a miscommunication. Wheats did not have his back. That kill should not have happened. Wheats now being stunned, just trying to stay alive. It's another 2-on-2 situation. These are those swing rounds, man. We saw one earlier on where Denial was able to clutch it up. Chino missing that shot, and here's where you got to question, is the sniper worth it? You know, when you're in that position, Replays with the help of Temp takes him down. Now a 1v2 yet again for one of the boys on Rise.
Yeah, and Wheats knows where both players are, but unfortunately for him, both players know where he is. So gonna see how this one plays out. Now, of course, that bomb is down on the B bomb site. Wheats might be able to come over here and see that. I'm sure he had to have noticed it, so he's gonna be able to play this one to a little bit in his advantage, but still has 2 players to deal with. Temp gonna spot him over to the side. He's gonna call that out to his teammate, and it takes no time at all. Denial, again, always running together, just completely pushing the pace.
I like the play by Wheats, but the big difference maker there was you saw Replays and Temp rotate towards that A-bomb site. When Replays was near that middle cuts area and bottom jungle, when he rotated towards B, Temp peeked the mid-cuts area at the perfect time and saw his back just as he was running away. That gave them enough information and confidence to immediately rotate back towards that B-bomb site to either A, grab the bomb, or B, just kill Wheats. They did the latter. 3-1 number advantage in regards to rounds in favor of Denial, but this one already off to a good start for Rise.
Yeah, Denial sprinting at their opponent, and again, we saw that 2 rounds in a row where it does not pay
quick.
off, and I think Chino picked up 3 that round. You said that is not a situation in the previous round where he wants to have a sniper out. He pulled out a different gun and picks up 3 kills. He's going to be 7-3. Chino, again, every single time I've seen him play this map, he always does phenomenally, and of course, again, Denial running together as a team, but twice in a row, there's a reason you don't do it down the A street. There's a reason on offense they go to A the majority of the time because they can get that early control without it. It's same as Riot. You can get A street control incredibly quickly. So maybe Denial, we're not going to see that again, but at least on offense, they've been mixing things up as well.
Well, that's really the big thing on this map, right, where you've seen more mid pushes from players on offense. It's because if you get trapped in that back dome area, you're basically sitting ducks. So at the start of this round, Temp picking up first blood in middle map. Burns is able to trade it back. They do know where the bomb is down at. Slasher rocking that Morse. Hook is still alive. He's going to be a player to watch in this round. Great team shot out of Wheats and Burns, back to a 2-on-2. What is this, a 3rd or 4th one so far this game?
Yeah, been very close so far, and it reflects in the score. Hugh can have his player jump up top, and again, Hugh not going to lose many gunfights, able to get that kill. Burns off trying to come in for the trade, but now it's a little bit too late. Hugh and Slash are going to be teamed up next to each other.
Right
they come on the flank, and there's nothing he could do. Now, granted, in that position, I'm pretty sure Slasher had the sniper rifle out. He might have picked up an ASM-1 to put it in his back pocket, but nonetheless, after that, you know, Hugh doesn't get traded, there's only so much you can do.
Hook in game number 1 dropped 47 kills. Already 7 in this search and destroy, and there's at least 2 more rounds to go. We'll see if he can drop that 10 kill mark that you love to see in search and destroy from one of your greatest players. Really, so far this game, Chance, have you seen anything that's surprising to you, or has it been kind of more a normal search and destroy?
The only surprising thing was Denial had a failed A rush earlier on defense and then went back to the same thing, but this time you can clearly see they switched it up playing passively. But this is more of Rise's game. Rise doesn't do the whole 4-man rush thing. They play, you know, more so picks, you know, a little bit of mixed strategies here and there, but they play it standard more than anything, so that's more what they're comfortable with, and you can see it's paid off. They got the bomb down. They had the man advantage. Yeah,
man advantage is the key word here, because you can see that man advantage is letting Chino just sit in the back of the map and watch for the flank. Typically, they need more of his pressure on that A site. Temp absolutely destroys him, though. Apathy and Burns able to pick up kills. Replays now in the 1v3. Gets one. Still being challenged from that yellow rock area, trying to stay alive. The head glitch coming in. Wheats gets taken down, but the trade out of Rise, 4-3. Denial, though, still in the lead.
It's 2 situations where we've seen Denial on defense from the perspective. Earlier on, it was Slasher, where they're able to pick up 2.
That
and
they should never get.
It seems like that, yeah. But again, in the end, not going to make a difference. Apathy just had to make sure he got that reload in. So no big deal. But again, back and forth game we have here. Still, though, it is going to be Denial with a small lead of 1 round, 4-3.
Who do you want to hop on board with
Chino.
on this next round? Chino?
Hugh, actually. Hugh on offense.
Okay.
No, Chino on defense.
Okay.
We'll see if he's
So
going back to the sniper. Yeah,
so
mix
far,
it up a little bit.
What has he gotten? 1 kill so far with this game?
2 with the pistol, 1 with the Moors, and he switched it up, pick 3 in the first round. But again, he was getting singled out earlier, and so if they have the idea, if Denial has the idea that Chino's not mixing it up or is mixing it up away from the sniper, they're going to switch up their strategy. So maybe it'll pay off trying to play these mind games. Of course, it is going to be a 3v3 situation, and Hugh is, of course, going to make that in his favor, though Chino able to get the kill with the pistol.
Apparently the pistol is Chino's weapon of choice this game. I think he's already got 3 of his 8 kills with it. Replays and Temp want to close this round out. Burns had a couple clutch moments yesterday in search and destroy. Needs one for his team right now. They cannot afford to go down 5-3. The bomb has been planted. Spots one player pushing towards the back white trailers, and Temp hits every single bullet. You could see the adjustment of the movement from him. Once he realized Burns was shooting at him, he knew Burns would have an ASM-1. He dashed towards the back of the white trailers. Boom. Perfect timing. Nice shots out of Temp. 9 and 5 from him. When he's on point, when he's feeling good, that is when Denial's at their best, really, for me, because replays, he'll always do the objective. He'll always kind of stay right around where he needs to in the slaying. He's gotten much better at holding his own in regards to the slaying department. You always expect good stuff from Hook and Slasher, but there's been some questionable games out of Temp, especially on uplink, where he'll just be kind of falling short in regards to the slaying department, and Denial just get trounced in every single way.
Well, now back on offense. Burns already getting that bomb down. A little bit similar to what we saw last time around. This time, though, there is no first blood coming in for Rise, but nonetheless able to get that bomb down clean. Burns not getting picked off. You can see the trophy system coming into full effect, making sure to pop that right after that bomb comes down, knowing the nades are going to flood in. Of course, though, Chino able to get that first blood on Slasher. Slasher has been electing to use that sniper rifle on defense. Wheats also let a player sneak around on the flank. I think that was huge. Hugh hasn't done damage yet, but he's coming up behind at least one player, but still they're going to have to make moves fast, and you can see Hugh not going to miss those shots, able to get that first kill. Replays picked one up as well. Now Chino is in a 1 versus 2. He's able to get that first kill on Temp, but that bomb is going to be getting defused shortly. He has to get on that bomb.
This timing's going to work out perfectly. Chino's going to get challenged. Hugh with the heads-up play to immediately turn back to the bomb. Trust Replays to get the kill. Denial will close out the game 6-3. One thing I'll say right there is Hook sneaking past Wheat completely lost Rise that round. Apathy thought he had full peace of mind from that back yellow catwalk area to challenge anyone on the site. He began to start shooting another Denial player, and Hook saved his teammate's life. That was absolutely round-changing, a combined 19 kills out of Hook and Replays. They're going to lead their team to a Game 2 victory.
Yeah, and it also kind of seemed like every single time that there was, like, you know, that 2v2 situation that came up often, it always seemed like Denial got the first pick. Even when it was like Hugh and Slasher running together, when he knows Slasher has that sniper in his back pocket, Hugh goes and gets both. So every single time, Denial just seemed to have the edge. They won the hard point, and it was, who was it, Hugh and Temp that were on top, or Hugh and Slasher?
Hugh and Slasher
and
on
then
top
this game,
point.
Replays is on top, Temp was right behind, but even Slasher, you know, still putting in work. But nonetheless, Denial firing on all cylinders. Hopefully Rise can make it a little bit more interesting for map number 3, but we'll be getting to that after this commercial break.
Back for Denial Esports versus Rise Nation. Currently, well, it's been all Denial, to be quite honest with you, so far this series. It's been the Hook Show, like always, heading into game number 3, Biolab Uplink. This is one that I think is a must-win for Rise. They cannot afford to go into retreat hardpoint down 3-0.
I'm going to be honest, I don't even know if they can afford to go down 2-0 against Denial. That's already looking like a very scary test for them now. The thing that's going to be interesting about this map, you talked a little about Temp struggled, you know, in the past a little bit here and there with some uplink game modes. So looking at him to try and turn it around, but Rise off the bat, Wheats is able to get 2, Chino gets the next, Apathy getting that last one. So that is a clean 4 dead for Rise, already making moves, but now Denial showing up in the kill feed, got back to purple control.
Burns just let 2 players pass him through mid-bio. Replays, comes back around and kills him. Another example of, well, some slight COD timing not in their favor, maybe a little bit mispositioning out of the boys on Rise. That's going to stop all aggression from them. Blue control going over to Denial. Replays his last alive. He gets cut down. The early start that Rise had has slowed down. We'll see if they're able to get the first points on the board.
Yeah, Wheats is still rolling, though. He's 5-1 on a 3 streak. Obviously, got the first 2 kills. Now he's going to be doing work with the drone as well, and you can see has a little bit of support. Burns is going to be there as well, and they're going to pass the drone in the base. It's going to be Apathy who has that in hand, trying to juke some people out. Just going to go for the 1-point shot. He is going to connect with that because he was surrounded by Denial players.
That's a big play, and he's going to kill Slasher, who's on the flank. That's going to give his team knowledge that, hey, we can only expect pushes from Blue.
Oh,
he also gets the kill on Hook. This is the Apathy that they need. They need the Apathy that can pick up those solo gunfight kills against the like of Hook in middle map, because he controls mid-bio there. He picks up that kill. His teammates win 1 or 2 gunfights inside purple. A great scoring opportunity comes up for Rise Nation. This time around, though, it's Denial on the aggressive. Slasher's last alive. The rest of his teammates die right behind those canisters. Slasher with that AR top, Blue in a power position. Oh no. Okay, good. Apathy was able to pick up that kill. The pick coming in, the toss. 1-1. Denial on the board.
Yeah, it was a good catch. You saw Burns was trying to rotate that around green plat, but Denial coming on the flank replays was just able to catch him. Knew that Apathy was going to be there. Obviously, Apathy had just won the previous gunfight, so he just immediately converts for the 1-point toss, not trying to make anything fancy happen. Slasher now with the most powerful nades in the game, seems like. Now he's going to be going for a 1-point shot of his own, able to get it off in time. The interception not able to come in.
And the suicide out of Apathy, adding insult to injury. You can see there. He was above the capture point, tried to dash down to get the pick. He just wound up flying off the map, jumping to his death. Another 1-point play comes in. That's now 3 unanswered points for Denial, and they're continuing to flood through middle ice. This is where they need to stop the bleeding. Rise needs to cut off this middle map area. It's how Denial has continued to keep the numbers in their favor. Replays is going to hit it yet again. You'll hear FaZe time and time again on this map say, Dylan, watch ice. Dylan, watch ice. That means Attach is in charge of covering this area. Right now, Rise needs to send someone who can shut down this continued push from Denial.
Because now Denial trying to rally up the score even further. Temp in position to get a 1-point toss. Has a teammate there. Might be trying to go for 2. It looks like the alley-oop was trying to come in. Hugh also kills himself, I believe, with those barrels. And, well, that's going to be a costly mistake because now Rise is going to be coming with the push of their own. Burns has the cutoffs, but that player is going to get taken out immediately. The 1-point toss comes in as soon as Wheats falls. Burns making sure to hit that. Not going to miss as well. And you can see able to cut the deficit down to 1 single.
So why I said nice pass right there, right, is because there's still, he had 2 lead blockers. He passed it to the middle one. The first one still went out, suicided himself. That bought enough time for Burns to go for the 1-point toss. Big thing to note right now. Mentioned Burns earlier on. He's a major factor on this team. The aggressive sub player needing to match the slaying power of the likes of Zuma or Scump. Right now, 2 make it 3 and 10.
And of course, Burns trying to make up for that in mid-bio, of course. Now he's going to have a player who's left out. He's going to get killed by his teammate. Apathy showing up as well. Burns going to be trying to control this middle map area, and Hugh just jumps in, turns on him immediately. Rise, though, still does have control of the drone, but you can see they have a force to be reckoned with. Hugh is going to be one of the first guys for Denial in that front of the line. And again, when Hugh is firing, he does not miss, able to win that gunfight. Chino cuts him down. Chino able to pick up 2 as well. So Rise still going to be in this, but it looks like
the 3-piece.
Purple control, though, going to be going in favor of Denial.
Chino just stopped any push that Denial could wind up wanting to make. They also had a heads-up play with the drone. They tossed it towards bottom snow near that yellow building. That meant they weren't able to pick it up and go for the 1-point toss. Replays tries to use his second boost, but he had that awkward jump when you jump off the side of the building, and it just kind of floats you up in the air. Wasn't able to use a second dash. You could hear him clicking it time and time again. Not able to get the toss off. It's still a 1-point game. Anyone can take this home in the next 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, Burns, though, going to have a few players to deal with from Denial. Has one player trying to help him out, but he's just going to sprint straight at Replays, and Replay just says, okay, I'll try and get some points in the final 15 seconds. Now, the players for him were spawning up over by Red. He's got the cutoff blockers. There are players right now from Rise trying to come in from the side, but Replays has all the protection in the world, able to get it in that 2-point play in the final seconds of this first half.
Let's talk about the route he just took. There, he jumped in towards mid-bio. Typically, you'd see someone try to wrap it red because mid-bio can be hit from ice, can be hit from purple. He can easily be shot in the back. His teammates got 2 dead. They obviously killed the drone carrier. They knew there's 1 more left. That last player was already shooting, so he knew exactly where he could run. He took the, well, typically it would be a risk. There, it was an educated decision to hop into middle bio. His teammates spawn up in red. He gets the lead blockers he needs. He dunks it in. Denial with the last second score. 5-2 lead on side number 2.
Now, the question is, though, is Rise going to be on this good side, able to come back from the deficit? Yeah, it's always the question for uplink, but of course, Denial has been fantastic in terms of controlling the drone spawn. They always have purple and blue control, and you can see Slasher, that is going to be his job this match. He's going to get taken down from right behind the drone, but nonetheless, you see the red arrows are having control right now of this blue area. Apathy, though, trying to cause problems. He's going to push in, but Q able to take him down straight away.
I'm going to tell you right now, the matchup to watch on this side number 2 is going to be Slasher versus Burns. And you might think, Jack, that makes no sense. Those are two completely different roles for their team, as Slasher misses a ton of bolts against Apathy. It's because Slasher will try to get, let me show you, right in this position here, on the blue barrels, near this bottom snow side of the map. He'll sit there with his AR and cut down any players pushing from purple. Burns' goal, and what Burns is one of the best players at in AW, is killing the AR players in that position. What Burns will typically do is he'll come through middle ice, he'll double jump on green rails, and run here towards, obviously, this blue side of the map and catch the opponent off guard, or he'll toss out stuns from top purple, jump on rails, and kill the AR player in that back area of the map. Keep an eye on that, as Slasher will try to stop any aggression in that area. At the start of this round, though, 1 point in favor of Rise. They're keeping themselves in this game.
Yeah, without a doubt. And Denial, though, replays with that drone in hand, going to be cutting through mid-bio already. Has quite a few supporters as well, but they're going to need to win the gunfights, and you see Replay is going to get taken down straight away. Burns, though, going to be chasing a million player. Hugh going to be on top. Eskies, he's going to be able to sink that 1 point toss.
See, that shouldn't happen. Right
yeah,
there.
not at all. Not if he's surrounded by 2 other players.
He should not be able to not only put in the 1 point toss without taking a single point of damage, but then kills Wheats as well. That's going to force the spawns all the way back in red. Drone control going back over to Denial, but here is that push from middle ice out of Burns. He's not able to pick up a kill, and who is it that takes him down? It's Slasher in the other position he likes to sit in. When he plays a little bit more aggressively, he'll sit in purple window, help kind of slowly, methodically push with his team. They're doing that right now. The drone should be tossed off. It is still a 2-possession game between these two teams.
Yeah, without a doubt, and you can see Rise trying to come in right now through purple just to get to that drone spawn. Denial, though, going to be flooding through mid-map. Wheats was able to pick up 2. You see Apathy for a moment was waiting for those kills, and then he just says, screw it, I'm going for the drone, and you can see that is a costly mistake, because at that point, the 2 players earlier that fell from Denial able to spawn up and come around back through their portal, and now they're going to be in control, and that's just going to be a problem for Rise. They can't afford to let the time run down. Obviously, they're down by 3. Now they're going to be down by, no, Slasher misses the shot.
That drone is still in play. Good kills out of Wheats and Chino. They'll clear out their base. They're deciding to wrap it red, but who's this right now on the minimap? Slasher in a position to stop this push. Chino just melts him in half. They're going for the long push all the way through middle bio, wrapping it near purple side. They're hitting middle ice. 1 player to beat. Wheats sneaks past them, but player right outside blue is there to cut him down.
Yeah, Denial always going to be strong on those defensive stands. That's where the slang power comes into full effect. And now, again, Denial going to be making moves, but again, situation where worst case scenario for them, they go for a 15-second reset all the time on their side, but they're going to be trying to go for more 1 point tosses. Temp going to be jumping out mid-bio, goes for the shot, has shots coming into him, but it's not going to be enough as another missed point shot comes in. Denial, you need to work on your J.
Yeah, that's 2 missed opportunities for the boys on the Wolfpack. They are still in the lead, but keep that in mind as we head into our final 90 seconds. So far this game, it's been Denial continually pushing aggressively on this second half. Typically, you'll see them play a little bit more slowly. Hook now in a position where he's going to try to stop any player pushing for that drone. Slasher has found his power position top blue. We'll see how much damage he can do.
Yeah, Rise is really going to have to start making moves fast.
Apathy. And, well, he dives to the hands of Hook and Slasher, both with ARs in their hand. That is tough to take down. Temp had one as well. 3 ARs up for Denial. Burns picks up a 2-piece, but with 50 seconds left, it's looking like Denial's going to close this out and go up 3-0.
Dunking a 1 point toss, it's certainly possible, but you can see Replay's not going to waste any time. Going to be trying to go for that 1 point reset. He's going to get taken down.
He spazzed for a second there.
Potentially was going to be a costly mistake, but you can see Slasher was able to pick up 2. Hugh was able to get 1, and that's just going to solidify your game with that dunk coming in. 3-possession game now, 30 seconds left. There's no possibility of this happening. Slasher's not finishing on a 5 streak, more or less. There's just nothing Rise can do.
If you are just tuning in on this Championship Sunday, one thing to keep in mind, it's not even a Championship Sunday. I was making sure if you were awake or not, Chance, but apparently not. It's only Saturday, and already Rise is 1 game away from being eliminated from the MLG Pro League Season 3 Championship. That is a tough spot to be in. They've now got to win Retreat Hardpoint, Skyrise Search and Destroy, Detroit Uplink, and Biolab S&D back to back to back to back if they want to take down the likes of Denial. But from what we've seen so far from the Wolfpack in this series, well, to be quite honest with you, Chance, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, the possibilities, like, it's always going to be there. But at this point, you say what? Maybe a 2-3% chance at best. Like, the stat line right now for Denial is just absolutely insane. And again, just not firing on all cylinders. 14 and 30, not going to cut it. But even so, like, Denial, they're on point right now. You even said the first thing they did when they came to the venue, they had intense warm-ups. They were getting into it, making sure they were all fully prepared.
Yeah.
And they brought it to the table. You can clearly see it.
Replays was the final player here, playing games last night as the late-night matches ended. This morning, looking very strong. Denial 1 map away from winning their first matchup here at the MLG Pro League Season 3 Championships. We'll see if they can close it out after this quick commercial break.
Welcome back to the beatdown. That is Rise versus Denial. I should probably say Denial versus Rise because they're the front-running team right now in just an absolutely outstanding fashion as well. Every single time they've been able to outslay their opponent in both respawns and the S&D. There's never really been a moment where we could even say that it's been a close series, and now they're moving into retreat hardpoint, the BAL-dominant map, and you got to be going against Hugh, Slasher, Temp, and Replays even going to be doing that OBJ work. That is just a scary feat that Rise is going to have to make up from.
Off the start of this one, Rise need to come out of the gates firing. Both teams rocking the 3 ARs and 1 submachine gun, the same gun setup. Hook getting struck down first. Wheat's missing some shots, but the help is there from his teammates. 2 players flooded low side for Denial. They definitely are trying to get that flank towards top dubs. Slasher is going to be the first one across the map for his team. We'll see how much work he can get done.
And you can see he can have a player right in front of him. It's going to be Chino. Chino coming out for the challenge. Both players just going to stay alive, even though they're going shot. Chino, though, going up top. It looks like Slasher read that pretty well. Hugh, though, able to pick up that kill as he was able to get to. Now, Rise flooding in from that towels area, but Hugh still causing problems. Replay's even going to be there as well. And this is Denial coming back. Hugh on a 4 streak, and they are able to take the lead.
Hook now making it 5. He's bloodthirsty. He's chasing down more kills as well. This is why he's considered one of the best in the game. His teammates can all rock ARs, and he can still make his presence known on the map with a sub. He pushes it aggressively. He tries to match, obviously, the likes of those aggressive subs that you see in Advanced Warfare. They're extremely important to have on your team because they can regain you map presence, right? Like, yes, your ARs can hold down those long sight lines, but if your submachine gun player can hit low side, catch the opponents off guard, can push in towards towels, can push in towards bottom lobby, and pick up the kills and spawn the opponents out, that's where you'll chain together some score. On the other side of things, Rise just did that. They got 4 dead on Denial. They've now taken an 8-second lead.
Yeah, without a doubt. And Burns was helping his team by a lot of time there. We saw Apathy was posted up on that head glitch for the longest time. He's able to pick up 2, make it 3 in the hill as well. And now that's going to allow his teammates to come in more support. You see Denial flooding from those good spawns in the back. Of course, Rise being pushed out over towards pool, but they're going to have a lot of hill pressure. Chino and Apathy both able to pick up kills, but they got to deal with Hugh. Apathy able to take him down. Slasher going to be there as well. This is an absolute contest fest, but Rise does have the lead.
Now, I want to point something out to you, Chance. Hook and Temp, both running the submachine guns for Denial. Replays rocking that AR with Slasher. This is something I talked to with Replays prior to the series starting. He said they're still trying to get this all ironed out. Replays has been doing more of the second bow work for this Denial team. It's something that you almost saw from Optic Gaming when they switched the roles of Karma and Crim6, where Crim now runs the sub more, Karma typically sticks with that AR. That's obviously worked out for them as their uplink game has gotten much better in regards to Optic Gaming. Here so far this weekend, Denial, we're seeing if it pays off. Right now, Replay struggling a little bit in this game, Temp struggling a little bit maybe. The roles so far on this one still aren't ironed out.
Yeah, they do have full control of this hill. They're trying to get themselves back in this, of course, only down by about 13. And the kills right now going in their favor. Hugh going to lose that gunfight to Burns. Burns was able to pick up 2. Going to be causing some problems. But you can see Denial still able to retain control. But, of course, you see Rise doing everything they can just to contest and not let that score get any closer than it needs to be because there's only 10 seconds left on this hill. But Uke is just destroying.
And let me point something out for you. For viewers at home that hate when casters use the word consistent, look at the likes of what Apathy does and what he can drop. He can have some of the biggest plays. He can do some of the craziest things. But then some games, he'll drop double negative like he did last night against Optic Gaming. Hook is always on top of the scoreboard. He's putting on shows like this as he chases down his 7th kill on this streak. Now 18-8. That is what makes Kyler such a dominant submachine gun player. That is what makes him one of the best. It's because he will always put up the numbers you need him to. As long as he has the supporting cast, which he typically gets from Denial, they will be successful.
I love Huke's thought process right there as well. He's pushing up aggressively, going in the spawns, literally kills so many. He was like, all right, they're all gone. I've killed them multiple times. They have to be spawning behind us now. And he ended up getting shot in the back because the one player that was left there. But he was literally killing absolutely everyone. Of course, now Rise is trying to fight themselves back, only down by 10. But a bit of a back-and-forth game we're seeing here. But we can see Denial already favoring over towards this next till they have a complete 4-man setup for Attic.
And I'm not trying to harp on Apathy, right? I'm one of Brian's biggest fans, but when he's performing like he is right now, 15-14, 5 captures, picking up kills on the rotations, working with his teammates, everyone on Rise holding their own. Look at the score. They're only down by 4. They're not down by 60+ as they were in the first hardpoint of this game. The slang is much more even. The only standout player right now is Hook, sitting at 22-12.
Yeah, without a doubt. And again, it comes back to that, time old situation with Denial. If you're even close to them in the slang department, you can without a doubt beat them in these hard points. Chino, you can see getting able to get 2, getting Ryan's control of the hill, at least for the time being. Still 27 seconds left, and now going to be flooding in the back, trying to pinch out. Temp's able to pick up 2. Temp's going to get 3. Apathy's going to be the last one there in the hill. He's going to be able to pick up Hugh potentially from the side, but he's got a lot of players to deal with, and eventually Hugh able to hunt him down.
Near a tied game after the first 5 minutes of play. They still have not gotten an answer for Hook. He's on pace for 50 kills in this game. It's looking like Denial will be the first team to surpass the 100-point area. Yes, they do. On the rotation back towards Courtyard, the setup is in favor of Rise. We'll see how long they can hold it.
Yep, and of course, after the first set of rotations, Denial with a very small lead. The hill, though, the first time around, they did go in favor of Denial, but only by a few points. And you can see Replay starting to pick up quite a few kills as well. Slasher going to be very close to support his teammate. And, of course, Hugh going to be in the hill, at least for the time being. You see him pushing out the spawns quite frequently, but it looks like Rise going to be able to break in. You see Chino able to pick up 2, Apathy going to get the 3rd, and now Slasher going to be the one leading the charge with the help of Temp. But either way, Denial, they lost control, but it only lasted about 5 seconds before they get back in.
This is a hard point, especially this middle Courtyard one where Formal and Slasher play so similar. You'll see them either try to use the head glitch on the different red walls, or they'll get aggressive towards the hard point. Slasher doing it yet again. He just wants his team to win. That's all he wants. That's why he's hopping in the objective. Hook doing all he can as well. He slowed down just a little bit. 121 to 106. A 15-second lead for Denial. They're 4 minutes away from closing out the series 4-0. Well, giving the treatment to Rise that Rise gave to TK just yesterday.
Yeah, and once again on this Turtle Hill, Rise able to get that early rotation down, and the kills, at least for the moment, are going in their favor, but still Denial was able to force in those good spawns for them. So look for them to be able to make moves and just flood the hill to break it, and it looks like that's going to be the case. Temp was able to pick up 3 in that process, coming on the flank as well. So not only Denial able to flood in from the good spawns, but they're able to get a successful pinch. Of course, Wheat is going to be able to fight back. He's going to pick up 2, going for the 3rd, potentially the 4th in the back. It's not going to be the case, but still you can see the pressure Denial is able to put on those hills from those good spawns.
You can see Temp now beginning to heat up, just picked up a 3-piece of his own. Hook and Temp, right, have always kind of been the Bash brothers on this team. I've always made that joke. Reminds me of the Mighty Ducks. Now with both these players running subs, they're both at 30 kills. Temp had a slow start. He's bounced back since then. It makes them probably I would love to see where these two rank now with submachine guns in regards to the subs of everyone in the game, right? As duos, you got obviously Attach and Zuma are some of the best that come to mind. Crim and Scump that you see a lot now. Where do you think Temp and Hook rank of all the teams in the game?
Like a team as themselves,
as
where they rank
those
in the
two,
game?
as the duo of subs against the other duos of subs in the game.
It's one of those things, you know, like you go back to talking about how like Aches and Teep are one of the greatest duos, but in Advanced Warfare, they might very well be the best combination of players that you see. And I'm saying in terms of when, you know, you look at like your Zuma and Attach or your Scumpy and your Crimsix, overall, I would still pick Scumpy and Crimsix, but these two are always putting up numbers. But again, it's the case where they outslay their opponent and aren't able to get the win the majority of the time. And that's where I think, you know, a player like Scump and players like Crimsix are able to kind of separate themselves. So while the numbers might be there, the knowledge is still a little bit lacking. So yeah, I'm going to just take back everything I said.
Of all the new talent in AW, you can definitely say, though, that Temp and Hook are right there as two of the best players so far that they've broken out in this scene. 155 to 148, still a 5-second lead for Denial. I want to see Rise bring this back. I do. I really, really do. It's tied up. They can definitely make it happen. What's going to be the difference maker in these final two hills for you for Rise to win?
Again, Rise is going to have to, you know, obviously 53 seconds on this hill. It's already going to be in that fluid motion where it's just going to be back and forth whoever gets the kills. But when the time comes, even if they're down by, you know, 10, 15 seconds, they need to make sure they get that early rotation over to Attic, because Attic can be an absolutely huge hill. They can't afford to let Denial out-rotate him, because we always know Denial is capable of outslaying their opponent from either side that they're going to be playing from. Of course, now Rise able to build up a 20-point lead before Denial is able to break back through. Now is when they need to be scrappy and at the very least just flood in to get hill pressure, and then again, make sure in about 10 seconds they hit those rotations.
Apathy just got the sickest spawn. The rest of his teammates spawned bottom jungle. He just spawned up in towels. Rushed down through middle courtyard, picked up the two-piece, got control of the hard point for his team. I can hear it getting hyped out there from the boys on Rise. They've now gotten a 30-second lead. They're not going down without a fight. Yeah,
without a doubt. So 27, 26, 23 going to be at the end of this hill, but you can see Denial has those early rotations. Without a doubt, they can make this comeback. This is not a sizable lead at all, and you can see they're picking up the first two, make it 3 of the 4 kills as well. Temp able to clear out the remainder of the Rise squad. Now Rise going to be flooding in the back. You can see they're trying to pitch it out, going through lobby as well, sending 3 in the front. But you can see Slasher is just waiting for them. He's going to be able to get 1. The assist comes in. Apathy able to get in the hill and get 2. Trying to go for the 3rd. Might be able to single-handedly break that. That's not going to be the case. Temp shuts him down. Denial clawing their way back in.
Apathy picking up that 2-piece right there was absolutely game-changing, but you can see all the kills going in Denial's favor. They're now down by 8 seconds. They're trying to bring this one back. They've got 15 seconds on the board. All they need to do is hold off one more raid. Chino pushes in. He picks up a 2-piece of his own. Now the flank coming from the back pool wall. Temp staying alive. The push coming from the back stairs. It's not going to be enough. Denial close it out on the Attic hard point. They stop the push. A combined 12 streak to end that one. There's the hype from replays. Slasher is pumped. We see a different Denial on day number 2. 44 kills from Temp. 43 from Hook. What a show they just put on.
And look at this stat line for that final hill. Temp goes on a 6 streak. I think it was replays and 1 on a 5. And even
combined
Slasher.
11 at the end.
Yeah, without a doubt. And even Slasher was able to sit on the hill. So the Bash brothers were coming into full effect. Yeah. Denial able to get a 4-0 win in that series. And even when it's close, they just make it exciting for the win.
Let's pull up the scoreboard really quick for you to take a look at kind of where things stood. Temp 44 and 33, 1.33 KD, 11 captures, 6 defends. Hook right there with him. On the other side of things, so those are your 2 sub players. On the other side of things, you look at things, Apathy, 41 and 36, 1.14, 13 caps, 3 defends. They need that out of him every single game. That's when I talk about consistency. But the other player, the person who really let me down this series, Burns off. 24 and 40, 0.6 KD, 10 caps, 4 defense, was just not able to make it happen that game. He struggled the game prior to this one going double negative. You could see the frustration on his face. A top 12 finish, the first team to be knocked out this weekend. Rise Nation is going home.
Yeah, that's just absolutely heartbreaking. But Denial, their tournament run is still going to be alive. Of course, next on Bravo, we are going to have TK versus Elevate, another elimination match.
Great matches continue.
Here's what's interesting. Epsilon, they knocked Elevate into the loser's bracket. They also knocked Denial in. So obviously, as we saw, Denial was able to bounce back from the loss that Epsilon gave. Is Elevate going to be able to do the same thing? Or is TK, who lost to Rise, going to be able to turn it around?
That question remains to be seen. Rise Nation, obviously some improvements need to be made, but I'm sure we'll see this lineup or a lineup very similar going into the MLG Worlds just a few short weeks away. Do not go anywhere. When we come back, Elevate versus Team Caliber.
wasting time on my own. All the places that we go, all this pain builds within. Footsteps fade, what could have been? Finally I feel more free. The end of you and me, let it go, let it be. My heart belongs to me. My heart belongs to me. You're never gonna let me go, and I will never let you go. And now I'm feeling stronger, feeling stronger. You're never gonna let me go, and I will never let you go. And now I'm feeling stronger, feeling stronger. Feeling stronger, feeling stronger. You're never gonna let me go, and I will never let you go. And now I'm feeling stronger, feeling stronger. You're never gonna let me go, and I will never let you go. And now I'm feeling stronger, feeling stronger.
Welcome back, Season 3 playoffs.
Chance.
Let's get it. Let's get it. You can just hear the emotion and raw power in my voice. That's how excited I am about these matches coming up. Of course, we just saw Rise was able to 4-0 their opponent. No, Denial was able to 4-0 their opponent, and that opponent was Rise. Yeah. Yesterday, Rise 4-0 TK. TK is who we're having up next. And Epsilon knocked out both now you're making me lose my train of thought. Epsilon knocked Elevate down into the loser's bracket, as well as they knocked down Denial.
Okay.
So we're having a little bit of some weird storylines coming back.
Put into that.
A lot trying to come back to this.
All the viewers lost it. It doesn't matter.
The viewers are smarter than you. They're with it.
Chance, you look good today. I'm digging the shirt and
What's
tie
up,
combo. Voice a little bit sketchy. I wouldn't let you near my children.
I sound like a grown man.
I don't know about that.
Really scary.
But no, we're going to this next matchup. TK versus Elevate. We're going to be seeing the same maps: Compound, Hardpoint, Recovery, Search and Destroy, Biolab, Uplink, Retreat, Hardpoint, Skyrise, S&D, Detroit, Uplink, and then Biolab, S&D.
Really? Yeah, okay.
Going to quickly let you guys know, because we got that first match over with so quickly, we do want to let the boys kind of sit down for a second, get warm. I know that there's the warm-up station was being used. We want to let these guys go into this match, at least with a little bit of time in there, free-for-all warm-up actions. Let me see what time it is. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back to a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, probably around 5-6 minutes from now, we'll be going live with our next matchup, another elimination match, TK versus Elevate. One of these teams goes home. One of these teams can go home without winning a single match this weekend. If TK gets 4-0 again, that is a rough spot to be in. Guys, do not go anywhere. When we come back, Elevate versus TK.